Hello everyone! See, there's anyone here yet? Well, my name's Kathy, and I'm this year's Vice President of Events for the Taiwan Student Society. And today we're going to be taking a little live Q&A. Look at this, you all lovely friends and people joining on. How exciting! Hello, Emily. Hi. I'm also joined with me today. I have Brad over here.
Hi everybody, my name is Brad and I'm this year's president of the Ted Rogers Student Society.
Yay! So Brad and I have been here in the office at TRSM the first time we come back ever since quarantine started. And today we've been packing up Frosh packs today and we're showing you how we've been doing them and all what's inside. So let's get started! Yay! Okay, so I'm going to go through what our Frosh packs is. So first of all, you don't know what Frosh is. Frosh this year is going from August 31st to September 4th. Where we're going to have all the students online. We're hosting a lot of fun games and virtual activities for all you folks. In the past, we've always had like Frosh in person, and then this year we're going to have it online. And this year we're opening for all the students and for free for everyone to join. And also right now, you have to get 5 tickets left. So if you sign up right now, you can get a Frosh pack and then we ship to your house. It'll be really fun. So yeah, so I'll show you right now what's in them. So in them we have right here, we have our Ted Classified School Survival Guide. We also have some fun stickers, a pencil, and some sample creams, and also welcome to AstroFrosh. So our theme this year is AstroFrosh, really fun and exciting. With let's spin off on, being a lot of Galaxy International and stuff like that. But the reason why I wanted AstroFrosh this year, since this year is out of this world, we seriously have never done a Frosh like this before. It's always been in person, and this year's be really different. So it's out of this world, it's a new experience for everyone, and basically we're discovering a universe with COVID happening. We want to take the best opportunity for this. I want to pass on to Brad. He's going to be talking about the TED Classified School Survival Guide and what you can expect to see in the book.
Alright, so hi everybody, I hope everyone's having a great day. The TED's Declassified School Survival Guide is something new that we have done this year. So typically we like to pass out agendas and things like that to students when they enter school, but obviously because we're starting with the year online, we thought we'd do it a little different. So here, as you can see, the TED's Declassified School Survival Guide, which is a play off the old TV show Ned's Declassified. Basically inside is everything that you'll find that you need for your success here at the Ted Rogers School of Management. So we've actually broken the book down into 3 different sections. So we talk about academic resources, professional resources, and social resources. So something you'll soon learn about TRSM is there are just so many really great opportunities available to you all. And with so many opportunities, it's sometimes easy to get lost in them. So if you're feeling a bit anxious about school and maybe you're struggling in a few courses, don't forget to turn to the TED's Classified School Survival Guide, the academic section, where you'll find a ton of different resources to help you succeed. So for example, if you need help with tutoring, extra learning support, or even working on your writing and language specialist, everything is here in the TED's Declassified School Survival Guide. And as I mentioned, we've got a ton of different resources here. This book's also going to be available to the 500 people who came, pre-registered for Frosh, but we'll also be sending out additional copies as well as PDF copies as well. So in addition to just the academic resources and things like that you'll find important throughout the year, we've also included different professional and social opportunities as well. Because you'll soon learn university's not all about academics, but the social aspect and getting involved and being a student leader is also a really key part that we want to help sure you succeed with. So we're really excited to send everybody out the TED's Declassified School Survival Guide. It is 40 pages of really great resources, and we're looking forward to helping you, transition from university or from high school here into university. And we're very excited to have you.
Thanks for explaining, Brad.
Thank you.
I think we have a question for Erla, and her question is, when will we be getting them? So today we've been packing all of them today. They're all over here to see all these boxes, all full of Frosh packs, all 500 of them. So they'll be shipping out very soon, and then you'll be getting them in the next few weeks. So you want to pack them early so you get them before Frosh or even during your Frosh. So it'll be really exciting about that. And see any other questions?
Yeah, we have a few here.
Sure.
All right, so the first one is for, can second years also attend Commerce Frosh?
Well, unfortunately, Commerce Frosh is really meant for first-year students as the point as you come into school. But although there are other opportunities for second years or third year students to get involved in, usually their upper year students can get involved in as being Frosh leaders or as being logistics members, and they'll be the people helping out Frosh and getting them everything set up and organized. Unfortunately, our applications have closed this year for Frosh leaders and logistics. But although if you're going to third year next year, apply for that, look out for that as well. Also, you can be a part of planning for Frosh. Like during my second year, I planned Frosh as events manager, so I was helping out, back then, as my vice president of events was Jennifer back then, I was helping out set up a lot of Frosh items, planning logistically, creating schedules and all that stuff. So it was really great, and that's why I loved the role so much last year, and that's why I continued my role this year for VP events. So there's lots of great ways to get involved with Frosh, even though you might not be able to attend Frosh because it's meant for first year students, but there's also other ways to get involved in. What's the next question, Brad?
All right, the next question is, what platform is Commerce Frosh 2020 going to be hosted on?
Yeah, great question. So our platforms, we've thought of different ways. Some of our events are going to be on Instagram Live, just like right now. So the ones that are going to be on here are from Ted's Kitchen. We're going to be doing a fun little recipes with them. And they're going to be doing a lot of giveaways and fun contests. So that's going to be hosted on Instagram Live. Other things are going to be hosted on Zoom for those sessions, stuff like that. And also we're going to be having a Discord channel where a lot of Fresh events are happening on there as well. It's really fun, lots of opportunity. Don't worry, this is a lot of information right now. We're going to be posting all this on our website, and when we release the schedule soon, it's going to have all the information and details right there as well.
All right, the next question is, if I wasn't one of the first 500 people to register for Frosh, will I still be able to come?
Yes, of course. Everyone can come to Frosh this year. As mentioned beforehand, in past years, we only had a limit of 400 students and people had to pay for these tickets because of capacity in person. But since we're all online this year, there's not really a limitation. So the first 500 students got the Frosh Pack, but everyone else can still register. We don't really have a limit this year. Anyone can participate in Frosh this year. We want to make it really accessible, so it's free for everyone, no matter what.
All right. So you've already answered the one question about when people can expect to receive, their Frosh packs. But this question is, when will people get more details about Frosh Week, like the schedule and the different events that will be hosted?
Yeah, so we're currently still working on the schedule. Our lovely graphic designer Chantel is going to be adding all this information together and making it really pretty to post in our graphics. The main, the focus point to in order to stay up and keep up to date with all our Frosh updates is to follow this Instagram page at TRS Society on Instagram, or you can even join the Facebook Class of 2024 TRSM page on Facebook, and also our TRS Society website on there. All information is all going to be on there. If you want to be up to date, get the ticket on Eventbrite. It's free. That way we have your email and we can send you updates and all that stuff when schedules are coming out and Frosh events and everything's happening, because we want to keep you well informed. Any questions, Red?
Yeah, we have lots of questions coming in. So,
oh wow, awesome.
Are we going to be able to see other students, or will we only be seeing the hosts of Frosh?
Yeah, so depending on the type of events, because some events are going to be smaller than others. So some events, they're more like sessions where we have people talking, and those are just going to be seeing the hosts and stuff like that. But other events, when you play different games like Jeopardy, or maybe Kahoot or Trivias, you'll be able to see other students. In terms of privacy reason, the camera on, we're not forcing anyone to have their camera on. It's up to your discretion if you feel comfortable having your camera on, etc. But overall, we want to make this Frosh experience, very beneficial for Froshies this year, because we know that you're not going to be able to make those connections in person, because I know myself and Brad as well, we met a lot of friends during Frosh, and that's how we met a lot of first year students. So you still want to keep that opportunity open for all you folks coming in this first year. So some events are going to be on camera, and you can talk to other Froshies and talk about, maybe you'll find people in your classes, etc.
All right, so this question is, how do you know if you're in the first 500 Frosh registrants?
So as of right now, we are at 495 tickets. Everyone that signed up till now is getting a Frosh pack for sure. Also, we'll be sending out another email when we ship out all the packages. I'll send out an email, the one you provided on Eventbrite, saying that we've shipped the packages to you, and that's telling you now. But overall, right now, everyone's getting one. So fun.
And then this question is, isn't orientation 2 weeks this year? So orientation is different from Commerce Frosh, right?
Yes. So there's a lot of things happening on right now. There's the POP program, which is pre-orientation program. There's also main campus orientation through Ryerson's Student Life, but it's separate. So what our Frosh is different is our Frosh is hosted by the Toronto Student Society. which is the student society that represents all 10,000 plus students at the Ted Rogers School of Management. So our Frosh is being hosted for a week. The 2 weeks is through other people, so our main campus, etc. They all have their schedules out too, but let's just say during those 2 weeks before school starts, you have lots of things happening, lots of events to go to, so not a single dry moment or boring time during Frosh. It's all lots of fun, don't worry. Any questions?
Yeah, we're having some people here. They're wondering what kind of events and activities might they expect to see in Frosh. Maybe if you want to give us a little sneak preview.
Maybe a little sneak preview of the schedule I see. I think I'm laptop maybe. Some events we're hosting right now. So we got lots of trivia nights that are helping from student groups that are helping hosting. We got movie nights as well. Lots of fun movies there. We're doing, as mentioned, cooking tutorials. We're also doing dance tutorials and stuff like that. We also have a lot of games and just different ways to get students involved and talking to each other, because that's our main goal of Frosh. Even though it's online this year and we can't do a lot of traditional activities, we're doing as much as we can online and getting those, the main goal is to get those interaction and conversations going for you folks. So lots of stuff happening, lots of different variety of activities, but the schedule is coming out soon, so don't worry about that.
How is Frosh going to work with the TED Packs that the Dean's Office has been telling us about?
Yeah, so TED Packs, if students don't know, so first year students are being grouped into with other 44 other students, and there's 65 of them in total. What we've done this year, in the past, we would have Frosh teams, and Frosh teams, students that arrive during Frosh, they get grouped into Frosh teams and have Frosh leaders. How we're combining with TED Packs this year is that instead of creating our own Frosh teams, basically we're going to use the TED Packs. And in the TED Pack, you'll have 2 Frosh leaders assigned to you, and they'll be there to answer any questions you may have about academics, about social life, about a lot of fun things on Ryerson. So we're trying to get as much people involved with Frosh this year. But that's how TED Pack is going to be involved. So basically, in each TED Pack, you'll have a bunch of other students if you're a first year student, and then you'll have 2 upper year students talking to you and answering conversations and stuff like that.
All right, this question's actually a follow-up question to the TED Pack, so I think I'll take this one if you don't mind, Kathy.
Sure.
But the question is, what if my courses are very much all over the place? Will that impact my TED Packs? So just knowing a little bit of what I do now about the TED Packs, all your courses with first years, you're going to be put into, the ones you're already automatically enrolled to, those will be the students in your TED Packs. Even if they're all over the place, even if you have a course every single day, those are still going to be the students in your TED Packs. If you do want to switch courses or anything like that and make your schedule a little bit more condensed, you can do that. However, you might lose the students in your TED Packs. They might not be in the same classes. So I know the Dean's Office sent an email to you all a little while ago, kind of just cautioning you on when you're changing classes. If you can keep your schedule the same, that's great, because then you'll be guaranteed with your TED Packs. But of course, if you do have to make any changes, feel free. I know a lot of people are really concerned about professors and everything like that, but at the end of the day, just keep in mind all the professors are great here, or they wouldn't still be teaching here. So keep that in mind, but also be sure to, enjoy your time with the TED Packs.
Awesome.
Right.
Thanks for explaining that, Brad.
You're welcome. And this other question is, how do I join the Ted Rogers Student Society as a first year?
Awesome. So we actually got a little hint on Brad's shirt called Street Team. We're putting that up right now. Do you want to talk about Street Team, Brad, since you were on it during your first year?
Yeah, for sure. So Street Team is actually a great way for first and second year students to get involved with the Ted Rogers Student Society. This year we're actually trying something a little new as well because of the current situation. So there's 2 ways for you to get involved. First, of course, the Street Team, which applications will be opening in January 2021, pending we're coming back to school and everything. But Street Team is the Ted Rogers Student Society word of mouth marketing team. So basically, as a first or second year student, you'll come into the office, you'll be given a task for the day, and you'll get to go and actually interact with all the different students around the Ted Rogers School of Management. So it's really fun. You get to be really involved in the planning and execution of all the Ted Rogers Student Society's events, and you just get to always be in the know, I guess. There's also the Ted Rogers Ambassador Program, which is open to first year students as well, and this program is actually going to be starting up in September. So anybody who's interested can apply. There's going to be an application process, and you're going to work alongside the VP Marketing to complete a series of tasks. We're really excited for the new Ambassador Program because it's a really great way for students to get involved from home, but there'll be lots of new information about that coming very soon. And then, of course, a couple other programs that are great to apply to is if you're a first year, we have the Breakthrough Program, which is a really great way for incoming first years to be paired with an upper year mentor in different groups. It'll be a great way not only to meet people, but you'll also learn so many new things at the different sessions we have. So some of my personal favorite sessions including the Dress for Success, where they teach you the different, dress codes for events. So whether it be business casual, business formal, there's also the formal night where they teach you how to eat a meal properly. And I know that might seem like you all know how to do that, but trust me, when you sit down at a gala and there's like 4 forks there, you'll want to know which one is which. There's also different opportunities like networking, LinkedIn workshops, and the breakthrough programs are a really great way to get involved. Applications for that will open in early September. And then, of course, if you're an international student, there's also the Trient program, which is very similar to Breakthrough, and it pairs you with upper year international students to help you with the transition. All of these ways and more are actually going to be listed in the TEDS Declassified School Survival Guide, because I know I just threw so much information at everybody, but as a first year student, there really are so many ways to get involved in the TED Brothers Student Society. And then if you're interested in your second year and above, you can also apply to be a committee member or even run in the elections to be an executive or a board member.
Awesome. Thanks, Brad. Lots of great opportunities for first-year students. Let's just say there's lots of opportunities out there. There's lots of options for you to choose from. What's the next question, Brad?
All right. So I get similar question to the last one, but what kind of virtual events will there be at Frosh?
Yeah, so lots of virtual events at Frosh. I guess a lot of people want to know what the schedule is. I know you're so all eager to learn and see what's happening. I'm trusting you. Releasing it very soon. It's really close to being finalized, so it's happening soon. But in terms of virtual events throughout the year, a lot of things are still happening. So in the fall semester, even though we're not allowed to come on campus for student group events and we can't do in-person events, a lot of student groups are still doing events online. Again, to stay up to date, honestly, follow this page, this Instagram page right here, because all the student groups, so how it works is that we have the Taiwan Student Society, which is us. And then there's under us, we have 29 different student groups, and there are interest groups and also course unions. Brad's going to show them in this book. This is all the student groups we have just on the Ted Rogers Student Management School. There's also a bunch of them, with Ryerson within, but these are all the ones that we have here. There's a bunch of opportunities there. And again, all of these student groups, they're hosting events such as networking sessions, panels, a chance for you get to network with industry professionals and all sorts of stuff to really build your connection as you start off your journey here at TRSM. So let's just say there's never gonna be a dull moment. There's a lot of events happening. There's too many that I can even count off my phone fingers. There's lots of events happening in the winter time. So don't worry, even though we're online, everyone has planned a V for virtual online, so we're all set to go.
Oh, great explanation, Kathy. So one of the commenters asked, what program are we in?
Sure, do you want to go first, Brad?
All right, so I'm in the marketing program. I'm also in the co-op, so I'm in my 4th of 5 years. I'm entering my 4th year, and I'm minoring in law and business.
Fun. Myself as well, I'm going to my 3rd year, same program as Brad, marketing, also doing co-op. I just gone to the co-op program, so I don't have my first co-op internship until next summer. We're really looking forward to that. We're also both in the top 200 program, so there's a lot of fun things as well. But yeah, that's who we are. That's what we're doing. Any other questions?
Yeah, they're still rolling in. So
wow.
One user has asked, so we keep talking about other events that are happening throughout the year. What kind of events might we be able to expect?
Sure, I can talk more about that. So other events that you may be expecting. So we're really hoping that winter opens up and we're all able to come on campus again. But a lot of student groups are still doing conferences. So a difference between a conference and an usual event is events usually about 2 or 3 hours. There may be a networking session, a panelist, you get to listen to speakers. In person, it's usually some food and stuff like that. But a conference is that there's usually 2 or 3 days, and during those conferences, there may be competitions, more speakers, more ways to meet other students. Because at our conferences, we don't just have Ryerson students; we'll have students from all over the place. We'll have some students from Queens, some from U of T, some from York, etc., etc. So conferences are a great way to expand your network, not just within TRSM, but within other schools across the country and sometimes other states as well. Those are some the events, conferences. I love going to conferences. I learned so much from them. The recent one we both went to and we loved before our quarantine hit was TRMC. So Taiwan Management Conference. Basically what it is, it's a conference as a competition, and also we learn a lot of speakers and guest speakers that came in to talk to us about stuff. And there's a lot of workshops to listen to as well. and also a chance to get, networking. You'll hear us say a lot about networking, and networking is so important. And you don't really realize it until you're in the first year, because people do say like your network is your net worth. So it's a great way to establish the connections and figure out you start having conversations, coffee chats, to build that connection, and then when you have a job, being ask them, or maybe have those connections in the industry, or maybe there's an industry that you want to learn more about that you're interested in pursuing, and if you meet with an industry professional at one of these events, you can ask them questions and ask them how it's like working at their job, and etc. But yeah, lots of events happening.
All right, and this question is, are there any opportunities for upper year students to get involved?
In terms of what? Student groups?
I think student groups, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of opportunities for everyone to get involved. Not just first years. We've been talking a lot about first years, but don't worry, we got you second, third, fourth year, fifth years. We're all here. I can talk about my own experience. So in first year, I was on WITM, which is a student group here under TRSS umbrella. So it was for Women in Information Technology Management. During that role, I was an IT associate, so I really learned a lot, helping design a website, doing email blasts and newsletters, also creating some graphics as well, because back then I was sort of into graphics but not really familiar about it, so I learned a lot from that. And then after that student group, I was able to go into my second year last year. I was in two student groups. I was on TRSS, as an events manager, as I mentioned beforehand, and also I was on DECA, Verizon, also as a IT and graphics, Director of IT and Graphics. I was able to use the knowledge from an IT associate to Director of IT and Graphics on DECA, and then from there I was able to pursue my skills and more. So I was able to I drafted a whole website from scratch. I built the website from scratch. I was able to create more graphics and all that stuff, and I figured out how social media marketing terms work, and honestly I learned how to collaborate and work with others, because you learn a lot of things in the classroom. You learn theories, you learn formulas. You learn in a perfect world, this is how the business works. But in a student group, you get to learn how an organization or a company works. There's a lot of moving parts that you don't see necessarily. You get to collaborate, teamwork together, and really learn and work on your soft skills, which are really great in terms of when you want to bring into an interview or to your job, and they're really great to have. So I'm just saying, student groups, for hiring in terms of associates and then in terms of other parts, follow TRSS. They'll be posting their student groups opportunities often. They usually post their student opportunities in either September or October. Each student group is different, but honestly, if you want, you can always if you see a student group that you're interested, for example, you're really interested in DECA, then feel free, follow them on Instagram and send them a DM and ask for more information, and you can see when they're hiring and stuff like that. Let's say lots of opportunities on campus.
That was a great answer, Kathy. So we have a few people asking questions about, transferring or just when they're getting off the wait list and things like that. The best advice for that would be to reach out to the administration office and the admissions office. You should have their email and stuff like that. It's also on the website, just because they're the best people to get information like that on, because we have no inside information and we certainly wouldn't want to give you the wrong answer and lead you down the wrong path. But this next question from is for Kathy. What is your favorite part about being on TRSS?
Ooh, my favorite part? It's really hard to pick one. Honestly, I would say favorite part is you get to represent and help out a lot of students, because as being execs on the TRSS Society, we represent the 10,000 plus students at TRSM. So it's really great hearing student voices and how we can incorporate that into our lives, and create those events to get students' voices out there and help students out there. Honestly, the main part, I honestly love the team. The team dynamic is amazing. I can't talk more about it. I just love it. Plus, it's really great is that, example, for last year, I was in my second year, and I was my first time joining TRSS, and from there, I learned so much, not just from doing the roles and stuff like that, but also learning from all the other student leaders that are on the society. Because I learned so much. For example, shout out to Jared if he's watching this or not, but he was one of the DM directors last year, and I learned a lot of the stuff from networking to coffee chats to following up messages on LinkedIn. He taught me a lot of that, scaling too, in terms of corporate outreach and how to get myself out there and really build my networking LinkedIn profile. So students on here, they're all dedicated to the work, but they're also all really friendly and helpful. None of us, we're not really mean or against each other, but we all want to be there to help each other out. We're all here to grow together not just individuals, but as a team together. So I really love the dynamic here and all the soft skills that I've been learning on everything. Great.
Great. And this next, again, everybody really wants to know how to get involved, which is really great to see. But is it better to join clubs in TRSM, or is it better to join clubs at Ryerson as a whole?
So personally, I can only talk about the student groups that are under the TRSS umbrella, so within TRSM. So I can talk about my experience about that. But in terms of comparing one to another, I think both have their advantages. And honestly, it all comes down to what you're interested in, because a lot of the groups that we have in TRSM, if you don't really see them fit into your interests and stuff like that, there's a bunch of them under the RSC or under Ryerson umbrella. So feel free to look at both, and also feel free to ask questions. As a student group that you want to be part of, but you don't know if it's the right fit for you, or if you don't know what they do per se, follow them on Instagram, find their website, send them a question, or send them an email, and they'll be happy to answer most of the time, to answer your questions and seeing how you can get involved and everything like that. But overall, it all depends on each person. Some people love student groups more than others and stuff like that. But there's honestly, at the end of the day, there's not one better than another. They're all great and all amazing.
All right, Kathy, what are you most looking forward to for the 2020-21 school year?
What I'm most looking forward to? I think, honestly, just trying to figure out what different strategies and different ways we plan events online. Because in the past, we'll always have our traditional events and stuff like that, but this year I can't use any of that stuff. I basically took all that and I can't use it at all because it's all online. So from that, I'm really excited, but trying to figure out new strategies and different ways to plan more events that are very intriguing and also entertaining for you folks out there that are watching. Because our main goal is, to get our students involved with us. We want to see people collaborating and talking to each other. Because even though we may not be able to do it in that classroom, I still want to figure out some events that we can do online. And also, it's a fun experience, it's a fun challenge. I know it's difficult and we aren't able to do what people do, but it's fun to do online. So yeah.
All right, so I think that's all the questions we actually have for today.
Oh wow, it's all of them. Look at that.
Oh, we have one last one that just came in. Can you give us a hint about the activity that you're most excited about that's going to happen at Frosh?
I guess the most excited one, I think it would have to be with Ted's Kitchen, because I love Ted's Kitchen paninis and they're doing some fun recipes for us. And plus, personally, I do not know how to cook really well, so I'd like to know how to cook better. So they're doing fun recipes for us, great, easy, cheap, friendly alternatives for us students to follow. So that's the activity I'm really looking forward to.
For first-year students, what is Ted's Kitchen? Because some of them might not know.
So Ted's Kitchen is kind of our food that we have on campus. So they're located on here in the Ted School of Management building, and they a lot of times it's a great way if you want a quick snack or grab a quick eat on campus. It's one of my favorite places to go. They serve a lot of different foods out there, and each day they'll sometimes have different specials and stuff like that. You can follow their Instagram page as well, because they post a lot of times what they're offering today and stuff like that. But my favorite thing from them is honestly their paninis. They are so good. Brad's nodding over here.
They are very good paninis.
He's agreeing with them, so yeah.
All right, we have tons more questions actually coming in, so maybe we'll just do a few more. So the first one is, when will international students be getting their Frosh packs?
So since the reason why we're packing them so early is because we want to be very mindful of the international students, since we know that they're going to take a lot more longer to ship rather than the GT area. So we're really hoping that they come during the week of Frosh or in September. Rest assured that we're seeing them really soon, and so we can get them as soon as possible. But they may take a few weeks of shipping. But yeah.
All right. And there's another question here. When will we get notified if we get Frosh packs? You already answered that one, but if you have previously got your ticket, you are in the first 500, and we are almost sold out. And Kathy said that we will be sending out a notification when you get that.
Yep.
Since Frosh is online, will we have a couple more activities when we come back to school to make our virtual Frosh? So this is a cool opportunity if you want to talk about Week of Welcome, Kathy.
So yes, Week of Welcome, the difference between Week of Welcome and Frosh is that Frosh is for first-year students to welcome them in. But Week of Welcome is meant for everyone, so we got so Week of Welcome this year is happening from the Tuesday, September, when we first start off, and it's going to September 11th on the Friday. So it's a 4-day week event. Basically, during the first week of school, we're having more fun activities, more fun, ways to get students involved. We're also going to be doing a student group fair. So to all those students that are asking us, how do you get involved? What way should I get involved? What student group should I join? During these nights, like, honestly, pop into one of these sessions and you can see, like, different student groups talking about what they do, what events they're hosting, and how you can get involved right there. So lots of information, lots of fun events happening during Week of Welcome as well. Yay.
All right, I think that's all the questions we have today, but maybe before we go, do you want to give us one last look at the Frosh packs for people who joined a little late?
Sure. So just like, okay, our Frosh pack, again. So they're right, this is what's inside of each Frosh pack. We're doing this Heads to Schools Survivor Guide here, the one book that Brad was mentioning a lot of, the stickers, the personalized pencils, the samples, and also postcard. And we're also going to throw in some extra goodies, so a surprise. I'm not releasing everything yet. So, you're going to watch out for this Frosh pack. I'm not releasing everything now, but that's basically the overall look of it is.
Really awesome.
That was up in red.
Yep, that is all the questions we have for today.
Awesome. Well, I want to say thank you all for joining us on our little takeover in Instagram Live. Hopefully that's answer all your questions. If you need more questions, honestly, just keep DMing this TRSS account. People will be answering them, and follow us up to date. We're always here to answer your questions, and we're really excited to look forward to all the students that will be coming to our online virtual Frosh. So yeah, thanks for all tuning in with us today. Any last words, Brad?
Thank you all for coming, and we can't wait for you to join us at Commerce Frosh, as well as for the next 4 or 5 years here at the Ted Rogers School of Management.
Yay! Bye!